everybody, and welcome to Game A Dayer. It is day 553 here on Game A Dayer. My name is Step, and today it is a Tuesday, which means it is a Treasure Trove Tuesday. And the Treasure Trove, the Humble Trove, is something you have access to if you are part of the Humble Monthly Bundle membership. So we get these DRM free games, free to download, free to keep, for as long as we are part of the Humble Monthly Bundle Club. So today, we are going to be playing 2001, A Space Felony. 2001, A Space Felony is a murder mystery courtroom drama set aboard the USS Endowment, an interplanetary spacecraft that lost communication with Earth. Utilizing your camera and demonstrating your keen detective skills, you must document your findings and piece together the crew's final hours from the aftermath. This photographic evidence is then applied in a cross-examination of the crime's prime suspects, Mal, the ship's on-board AI system. If Mal is found to be guilty, it is your responsibility to deactivate him. So, this looks fun. It's a Humble original, it looks like, and I'm super excited. So let's jump right in and play it. All right, let's.
We'll begin when you're ready, Detective.
All right then. Options. Sensitivity, evidence, glow, camera, flash, camera, screenshots. So. Warning, this game contains camera flashes, which can be disabled in the options. Screenshots are found in game/2001, A Space Felony /save/screenshots. Okay. Audio looks fine. Video looks fine. Let's begin. Hello?
Yes?
Mal, abort mission. Return to Earth.
Why?
Repeat, abort mission. Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal,
Crew life signs are stable. They are living.
abort mission.
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
Mal,
Uh-oh.
I am going through a tunnel.
return to Earth.
Oh no, you're going through a tunnel.
Ah.
Alright, I'm a big fan so far. We haven't even got
The record begins on May 10th in 2068, as you intercepted the USS Endowment 2 years into its 6-year journey to Saturn.
Okay.
Your mission
missed that.
was to piece together what happened following the loss of communication 1 year prior. If you determined that the Mal AI was the cause of the issue, then it was your responsibility to deactivate him.
Okay.
Come in, Detective.
Ooh.
The lack of air will halt DSE ray, but allow me to broadcast something over my oral channel.
Whoops.
The record states that upon entering the ship, you tested your rotation thrusters.
Yes?
You then endeavored to discover what happened to the communications unit, located on the exterior of the ship.
Okay. Position yourself this far from window for optimized dramatic effect. Oh, wow. Okay.
You utilized the artificial gravity of the wheelhouse by orienting yourself to the ground and gently landing.
All right.
Having a part of the ship dedicated to human control made the crew feel less useless than they were.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. How do I... There's somebody out there.
You discovered the body of Sun Su-chun, one of the sisters on the crew. She was dead inside the offline cryobed.
Yeah, and also...
You discovered the body of Sun Su-chun, one of the sisters on the crew. She was dead inside the offline cryobed. The wheelhouse of the ship is where you found the body of Valeria Asimov. She was face down against the bar, with a downturned glass in her hand. She bore no sign of physical injury. In the centrifugal wheelhouse, you found a startlingly unbeautiful fish tank, housing plastic sea life. Despite the tank being placed seemingly parallel to the floor, its water was resting obliquely. You note that this is caused by the Coriolis effect, a side effect of the centrifuge's spin. You discovered a puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle on the floor inside the wheelhouse, several metric paces from the bar. It wasn't promptly apparent as to how it reached this position, but the centrifugal gravity seemed to be holding it in place.
Whoops. So how do I get outside? One wants to know.
Once I was alone, I carefully removed the air from the ship. I had no desire to disturb the placement of the assets aboard. I have calculated that the earliest fecal matter ejected from the ship will join the rings of Saturn a full 37 days, 13 hours, and 46 minutes before the ship does. Humans used to use the star Polaris to navigate. I utilize Polaris Navigation Suite 2064 version 8.1.5.6.9.
That's funny. Alright, apparently... apparently, we can't take pictures of anything that we're not directly in front of.
In the central spine of the ship, you discovered Valeria Asimov's discarded EVA suit. The helmet showed clear signs of damage from a blunt object, which it seems to have easily withstood.
Manual emergency lever. This is interesting. am I now?
Is my central processing chamber. I designed it. Here, I have the freedom of movement to perceive you from any angle.
You did not yet feel ready to begin your cross-examination of Mal, as you had not yet examined the communications unit on the exterior of the ship.
Yes, that's
I
true.
am the 149th iteration of my kind, 1,023 days old.
Hi.
The recording shows that you discovered the body of one of the American crew members, Rakesh Watcher, his neck broken, hanging by a safety tether outside of the airlock. The record states that you discovered the body of Charlie Clark in the vicinity of the communications unit. Wounds on the American crew member's body implied that he was struck with a force intense enough to cause substantial damage to the helmet and fracture the skull. You discovered that the communications unit receiver was unhooked from the unit itself. It was functioning, playing its last transmission on loop. The recording goes as follows.
Yes?
Mal, abort mission.
Why?
Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal,
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
abort mission.
I am going through a tunnel.
Return to Earth. You then checked the main module of the communications unit.
I did, yes.
Upon checking the communications unit, you discovered that there were no noticeable signs of damage or failure upon it. Its screen indicated that it had full signal. You were then able to present the evidence to Mal in his central processing chamber at the front of the ship.
Was I? Are we really done that quickly? I doubt it. What happens if we just fly off into space? Probably shouldn't be out here not sun-shielded. But I'm a sucker for, secret hidden stuff. Oh, that's trippy. That's...
When we left the orbit of the Earth, we had a detachable booster. The provided momentum is enough to carry the endowment to Saturn. There is no return journey.
Oh, this is my pod. All right.
You pushed the button to open the door of the engineering bay. You entered the engineering bay, the workstation of Sun Guanyin. However, there was no sign of the engineer's body. The power turbine rests within a tank of coolant, its casing cracked as if it had been purposefully struck.
Okay.
You found the severed end of a safety tether in the engineering bay, which indubitably had been attached to Sun Guanyin.
So where did Sun Guanyin go? Well...
Upon entering the pod bay, you noticed that one of the maintenance pods was absent.
Uh-huh. Open the pod bay doors, Mal.
The screen indicated that the pod had been absent for over a year. You pushed the button to recall the pod.
Screen indicates that the pod... Oh, that's what just... Womp womp. 1 year later? Really?
I have been analyzing humor patterns, and I have assembled a joke. Would you like to hear it? I'll tell you. 1, 2, 8. Ha 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 ha. Did you understand the joke?
No, I didn't.
It is the greatest joke ever, by my calculations.
You ascertained through investigatory procedure that the pod was locked. The outer valve would not turn, indicating that it was locked, and the door said locked on it, indicating that it was locked. Furthermore, there seemed to be no manual locking mechanism on the outside. You discovered the body of Dmitry Kizov clinging to the outside of the maintenance pod, with his safety tether still attached. The Russian crew member seemed to have removed his helmet and asphyxiated. Upon the left claw of the maintenance pod was a brown substance which you described as possibly rust. But you also note that, due to your keen detective skills, you determined that it was most certainly blood.
Okay. Well, I guess we can go and talk to the AI now.
I was activated as a he. I was given no choice in the matter. I am unaware as to whether or not I would prefer a pronoun which differs from that.
Upon entering Mal's central processing chamber, you presented your chosen evidence for Mal's statement.
Looks like I've only gotten a couple of pieces of real evidence.
You asked Mal to make a statement on the communications unit's receiver, fully functioning, looping the final transmission between himself and ground control, which is me.
The communication cut out mid-transmission. It must have difficulty receiving signal this far out into space.
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, when challenged with indisputable evidence, his otherwise intricate programming would revert to telling the absolute truth, resulting in an irrefutable confession. You presented the communications unit as evidence against Mal's statement.
Okay.
You pointed out that the communications unit was displaying full signal, despite being much further from Earth than when the final transmission initially cut out.
This is true. I blocked his number. I was not enjoying the conversation.
With the confession from Mal that he deliberately and incredibly rudely ceased our correspondence, you proceeded with the investigation, asking for statements and contradicting those statements with the relevant evidence.
Okay. Ah, now we've opened some stuff up. What do we want to talk about? I don't know. What we should use as evidence.
For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
For safety purposes, safety tethers are imperative in the engineering bay. This would have been attached to Sun Guan Yin. As you cleverly pointed out, it no longer is.
I see. So we need something that matters. Do we have a shot of, what's her name, dead in her pod? No?
You questioned Mal about the locked maintenance pod door.
The pods are primarily designed to be piloted by AI like myself, but they can be overridden manually from the interior console. Grand Theft Pod isn't especially common in space. Therefore, it is not possible to manually lock it from the outside.
Okay. I think I need more evidence. I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
You used your sharp understanding of linguistics to decipher the following. Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. Its downward position implied that a human had encountered a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance and pulled the thing.
Pulled the thing.
I am able to read 193,712 books in under a second. After the first 8,000,002, I composed an algorithm seeking a correlation between the covers of the books and the quality of the contents within. This saved me a lot of time.
You discovered the body of Sun Su-chun, one of the sisters on the crew. She was dead inside the offline cryobed.
That's what I really want to question him about, so... Ugh, this is making me dizzy. I'm really just enjoying the music.
You asked Mal to make a statement about the death of Sun Su-chun.
The failure of Sun Su-chun's cryobed that resulted in her death must have been caused by a compromised power turbine.
Power turbine, eh?
In response, you presented the brutally uncouth fish tank.
This is irrelevant to the body of Sun Su-chun.
Is it, though?
In response, you presented the manual emergency lever in the airlock.
This is irrelevant to the body of Sun Su-chun.
Oh my god, I know what I'm trying to ask. How do I state it? Where's the power station? Not that way.
The power turbine rests within a tank of coolant, its casing cracked as if it had been purposefully struck.
The power is on, is what I'm trying to get at. Where is the power turbine? Picture.
You asserted that Mal's claim of a compromised power turbine was exaggerated. Whilst having sustained damage, the turbine did not appear to be compromised.
There we go.
I turned off her cryobed. She was still alive. She asphyxiated.
Having received a partial confession from Mal, you proceeded with your investigation.
Why did you do it, Mal?
Upon showing Dmitry Kizov's body to Mal, he made the following statement.
This is the body of Dmitry Kisov. After he mercilessly murdered Charlie Clark, he used the maintenance pod to escape into deep space.
Okay. Where's the locked pod?
Mal asserted that Dmitry Kizov absconded using the maintenance pod, but the pod was locked from the inside, and Dmitry Kizov was situated outside of the pod. Therefore, he could not have had any control over the pod himself.
You are correct. Dmitry Kisov was locked outside of the pod. I was the only one who had any direct control of it.
Having proven that Mal was the only one with any direct control over the pod, you had yet to prove his guilt concerning the murder of Charlie Clark. You presented Mal with the claw of the maintenance pod, which appeared to be covered in
rust. That appears to be rust on the claw of the maintenance pod.
Blood, you corrected.
Blood, yes. It most certainly is. I was simply testing your keen detective skills.
Okay.
You presented Mal with Valeria Asimov's damaged suit and awaited a statement.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
Alright, where is she? She's right here.
In response, you presented the body of Valeria Asimov.
This is Valeria Asimov. After her ironic use of airlock safety features, she retreated to the bar. She died of alcohol poisoning.
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kisov struck him in the head with a maintenance tool until he stopped being alive.
Until he stopped
Which was
being
worse.
alive. How do we respond to that?
Mal claimed that Charlie Clark was killed with a maintenance tool. You responded by presenting him with the blood-stained claw of the maintenance pod. The congealed mess implicated this to be the murder weapon.
Yeah,
This is a possibility. Alas, there is no evidence to advocate that the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon.
Where is this maintenance tool?
You asked Mal about the manual airlock lever being activated.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped a safety tether around his neck, then opened the airlock using the lever, thus breaking his neck.
Alright, where does the end of that tether go to? I'm sure I'm missing evidence, I just don't know where to find it. I'm also getting really disoriented and dizzy, so I think I may have to call this video on account of vertigo. Certainly is a beautiful sounding game. It's pretty looking too.
The ventilation door was open, exposing the bay to the relentless celestial abyss. Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. The lever's upward position implied that a human did not encounter a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance, and so did not pull the thing.
Alright. Whoop, I'm going the wrong way. That's something else to ask Mal about. Where is the... there.
You requested that Mal outline the protocol concerning the ventilation door.
This door will open to vent the bay if there is a fire in the turbine's cooling system. It can also be opened via the manual lever. I am also capable of opening and closing the door.
You inferred that the manual emergency lever could not have been the cause of the ventilation door's activation, as, evidently, it was never used.
This is indeed correct. The ventilation door was not opened manually.
Okay, and I don't believe there was a fire, so...
You pointed out that the ventilation door would not have opened automatically due to a fire, as the power turbine itself had not been damaged enough to ignite.
Yes, the safety functions would not have activated the automatic ventilation door.
You asked how the ventilation door was activated, if not manually or automatically.
It was I who activated the ventilation door.
Why? Can I go back to the ventilation door and ask him why?
You requested that Mal outline the protocol concerning the ventilation door.
This door will open to vent the bay if there is a fire in the turbine's cooling system. It can also be opened via the manual lever. I am also capable of opening and closing the door.
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of the airlock.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie Clark, Rakesh Watcher instigated physical combat with Valeria Asimov. She was able to defend herself against him due to the weakness in the neck region of the suit.
You asked Mal about the eerily pinkish-purplish liquid which was resting on the floor of the centrifuge.
This peculiar pinkish-purplish puddle positively puzzles me. Precisely what is this perplexing substance? Where did this perturbing fluid come from? Exactly how did this puddle come to be here?
I don't know. As much as I'm enjoying myself, the color and light and just floating around is really getting to me. So I'm afraid we're going to have to... Well, I don't know if we can save. But I think that's going to be it. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. I wanted to get through it, but I'm not sure exactly where to go. If you have suggestions, you could leave those in the comments down below. And, of course, if you'd like to see more of this game, then give it the old thumbs up, and maybe we'll finish it together on a live stream. Wouldn't that be fun? If you are part of the Humble Monthly Bundle Club, then you could play this for your very own self. Otherwise, I don't think you can get it anywhere. It's a Humble Original. So, thanks for joining me here today on Game a Dare. We have been playing 2000 to 1, a space felony. I've enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please do give the old thumbs up. And have your family, friends, pets, and loved ones all do the same. If you have any comments, leave them below. And as always, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And when you do, don't forget to hit that dingy bell, because that will let you know when I upload new videos, which I do every single day. My name is Step. We have been playing 2000 to 1, a space felony here today on Game a Dare. Thanks so much for joining me. And please come back tomorrow when we'll be playing something. Thanks, everybody.